Welcome to sKratch, another episode. Of course, we got a special guest in the building. I'm very excited to have this guest. He's been grinding so much, and I see your work out here in the streets. It's crazy. It's crazy, crazy. Elephant in the room. Of course, if you don't know who we're talking about, Frank Roth, one of the upcoming DJs right now, man, killing it.
Thank you.
So, can I say upcoming?
Yes.
Yeah, you're up and coming. Yeah, you're new in the game. You're new in the game, bro.
Relatively new, yes.
I know, I love that. You see how the energy just changing? It's fucking phenomenal, bro. I love it. Like I said, man, you're killing the game right now. I see you in every club. You're doing your podcast, of course, your show.
Yes, my interview series.
Your interview series, But before we start, is it true Dominican men don't cheat?
Oh, that's a fact.
Is that true?
Oh, listen. I got to break this down.
I want to know.
I got to break this down. This is a fact of life. But not only Dominican men, Puerto Rican men, Haitian men, you name it. And to be honest with you, men don't cheat. I'm doing the Lord's work right now. That's what I'm doing. I think it's only right that I created a brand that protects men.
Yeah,
because there's a lot of male bashing out there. You feel me?
Yeah, the Me Too movement. The Me Too movement.
Yeah.
Love to the Me Too movement. Hey, listen, I'm just saying, I love the shirts. They're phenomenal. Bro. I love how they look. They dope, man.
Thank you.
But you come up with this brand. What made you come up with that brand? I just want to get right into it. The shirts, the sweater thing. Because you're Dominican, I'm Puerto Rican. I think there's a bad juju that goes around the DJ culture too. That DJs cheat.
Yeah.
Why is that?
Honestly, because we're always around women.
That's true.
Women are always around us. We can't help it. It's part of the business.
It's the business.
You know what I mean?
Right.
It's funny because I spoke to Camilo not too long ago.
Yeah.
I had him from
Shout
my
to
interview
Camilo,
series,
heavy hitters. Yeah.
And he told me honestly, listen, if you're not interested in cheating, you're never gonna have any bad vibes around you because you're not gonna do it. It's that simple.
It's simple.
So you have nothing to hide. If you have nothing to hide, if you're not out here, can I curse?
Yeah, absolutely.
If you're not out here fucking around, then you have nothing to worry about.
You don't gotta worry about nothing.
But regardless, people are gonna think what they're gonna think. Right. And it's just like fucking. As long as you have your understanding with your partner, and even if you don't have a partner, you're just single, you're just doing whatever you want to do.
Right.
It's no bad vibes.
It's up to you. It's up to you.
Exactly.
It's up to you. It's your preference. If you wanna go ahead and shit where you eat.
Exactly. You can do that. And if you're single, do what you want. Absolutely.
It's funny because I met my wife, she was a waitress, of course, in the club. So I met her through the club. But I was never one to look. Like I never really, and I hated that whole thing about, he's a DJ. Oh, you got with the DJ? Yeah. That's terrible, man. I just want to clear the air, bro. I just want to clear the air, man. Listen, all DJs do not cheat.
That's a fact.
You know what I mean? And Latino men do not cheat.
Oh, that's a fact. He's just speaking on facts. I don't even got to say anything, ladies and gentlemen. He's saying it all.
So, Frank, man, let's get right to it, man. Besides that, but I want to get back to this, though. I love that convo, though. I love this convo. You being raised, where were you brought up and raised? And I always want to know, it's not a bad habit, but I want to get personal with you a little bit. Pause. Okay. Your government name, is it, of course, Frank Roth?
It's Frank Roth.
Your government name is Frank Roth.
It's Frank Roth.
That's a fucking superhero. A superhero name, bro.
Yes.
That's incredible.
That is my name.
So of course, your father's last name is Roth.
Yes.
And your first name is Frank.
Yes.
That's amazing,
bro. It just I don't like talking too much about it.
Yeah.
So I just keep it as the way it is. And a lot of people just they still mess up the name. They find a way to mispronounce it. Phenomenal.
But it is name, man. There's so many DJs like Omanaya is a dope name. Frank Roth is a dope name, right? It's so fucking. I'm like, yo, these names are fucking great. Because Kep, I'm like, yo, people always, what the fuck is a Kep? You know what I mean? Like, what is Kep? I used to be a bomber. I used to love graffiti. By the way, we're at Omi's in Roselle. This is my favorite spot. I'm sorry.
Very nice spot, by the way. It's my first time.
Isn't it dope?
Yes.
The energy is fucking great in here, bro. Like, when you come in here, like we were talking about earlier, like the coffee is organic, amazing. They're fucking vegetarian, vegan friendly. The food is just great in here, bro.
And shout out to Omi's. Do they have iced coffees here?
They have iced coffees here.
Okay, just making sure.
And they do yoga. They got a yoga room downstairs.
Oh wow.
That's why you seen the guys come earlier. Everybody was coming earlier. Okay. They go do yoga downstairs weekly. Dope. Yeah. So the owner, we're cool with the owner, Lisa. Shout to Lisa. And they also have a little bar on the corner, like I was telling you, a sports bar, kind of with a hip hop vibe. They got all the Biggie, Tupac on the walls. They got Kurt Cobain. It's like a real trendy. You ever out here, man? Trust me, Roselle.
I gotta check it out.
You gotta come out. Like, they're closed on Mondays. I know that for a fact. Come on and get a drink over here before you go to another gig around the area. And dog, I'm telling you, the vibe is dope. Dope. Hip hop. Real, like, reminds me of Williamsburg, Brooklyn.
Oh, okay.
This the vibe. This the vibe.
Okay.
Yeah, Hoboken, New Jersey. You feel me? That's the vibe. It's cool. I love it. But yeah, so where were you brought up and raised, man?
Bronx.
Your whole life,
New York, my entire life.
Yeah. You're a little younger than me, so I mean, I mean, I'm not even gonna say the age. You know what I mean?
It's all
good. I got the DJ wrinkles going. You know what I mean? I got to sit up straight too, cause I'm a little slouchy.
it's all good. Yeah, That's part of us DJ, man.
I'm relaxed. I'm relaxed. Yeah. So
we lean over so much with the laptops that we just have that. Like we can't help it. So I totally understand.
Yeah. Just don't recline. But yeah, man. So in the Bronx, your whole life, man.
Yes.
Okay. So give me I want to paint a picture of what was it like growing up in your household?
Honestly, my household, I was one of the lucky ones. I was raised in a tough neighborhood. I was raised in Highbridge, Highbridge section of
where
the Bronx.
A Boogie's from.
Yeah, where A Boogie's from, where Cardi B is from.
Yeah. That's right. Cardi B's from Highbridge.
Yes.
That's
right. She lived right across.
Were you friends?
No. We became cool.
I mean,
after.
because you know people around the area, but you never know who's who. Have you ever met A Boogie walking around and chilling?
No, I never saw him walking around. I never met Cardi. Like I met Cardi right before she blew up.
Okay.
And that was through my OG DJ Self.
Shout to Self. Yeah, 105.1.
So yes. So
okay,
like
we'll get into that too.
Yeah. So that's how I met her, and then we
ended up.
Ain't that
crazy?
Yeah.
That's insane. Yeah. Both in the same area and never really same business too, kind of music, right? That's insane, man.
You just never know how this life is gonna turn out.
That's why we were talking about it earlier. Ain't that fucking insane? But yeah, so you're Highbridge.
Yes, I was born and raised in Highbridge. Right. I went to a school called Sacred Heart. It was a private school. My father, he's a strict. He's a school principal.
Oh, damn.
He's a principal, yeah. So he didn't play that shit when it came to school.
So you smart.
It doesn't necessarily mean like I'm not gonna say I'm dumb, but what I'm gonna say is just because somebody is a principal.
No, you know what I mean.
But no, my dad was strict about the school shit.
Cali boy, he was smart.
Yeah, he was very strict about the school stuff. So like I was never the type of kid. I'm not gonna front. I was never the type of kid to be outside like that. Like my dad didn't let me go outside.
You never hung out on the block.
I never was exactly. I never was a block kid or anything like that.
Your old man was smart.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I'm very thankful for it because it made me the person that I am today.
Word.
And who knows what could have happened to me.
Yeah.
But it was 4 of us. I have 2 other brothers. You have siblings? Yes. I have 2 other brothers and I have 1 sister. So that makes 4 of us.
Older?
Yes.
You're the youngest?
Well, no, I call myself the middle child, but I'm not necessarily
the middle child
because I have a little brother, right? He's the youngest, right? So he gets that. And then I have an older brother. He's the oldest, so he gets like his own privileges. And then I have a sister that's older than me also, but she's the only girl. So that leaves me kind of in the middle, sort of, you know?
Yeah.
But yeah, my dad was always strict about school. Like I went to public school only till like the 3rd grade.
How was that for you? Going from that to a private
Catholic school was a whole different world.
Oh.
And I'm not even religious at all.
Yeah. I know. I had Sunday school. I'm far from religion, bro. Like I believe in a higher power, but we're gonna get into it. We're not gonna get into that. I learned within this business, never mix politics or religion.
Right.
Because everybody has their differences. So
I just believe in live and let live. That's all.
I'm totally for it, bro. Like I'm your modern day hippie, bro. Like I'm the guru for you.
Okay. Say no more. Okay.
Yeah, but so growing up in the Bronx, Highbridge, I could imagine, man, because I've been out there a lot. Like I used to go out there to DJ in a place called Roombas.
I have no idea.
Oh my God, yo, Death Trap.
Yeah.
Woo, Death Trap.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, bro. But yeah, I can imagine, man. My father was brought up and raised in the Bronx. Not sure where, but yeah, somewhere in the Bronx. I went to PR. But yeah, so Highbridge.
Yes.
And growing up with 4 siblings. Now, were you the most creative out of all of them?
I was the most. I'm the biggest. I'm the pacifist.
Yeah.
I'm the person that keeps everybody. Like I'm not the one to argue with anybody.
Yeah. Oh, you're such a positive vibe. Yeah.
Like a positive vibe. I'm just.
You always seem that way every time I see you. Like real laid back.
I'm not that type of person. I'm not an aggressive.
Your man, what's your man's name?
Chew, the one that's always with my roadie.
Yeah, your roadie. He's more like your partner now. You know,
he's pretty much my road manager. Mm-mm. Yeah, so like he's been super loyal.
So he's not your roadie. He's your road manager.
Yes, let me get that correct. Yeah, Chew is my road manager, ladies and gentlemen. Yes.
Dope. Yeah, that's dope. He's a cool dude, man. Your vibes, your energy's always been great. You know.
Thank you.
I think the first time we met at the club, we didn't really get to know one another, and then within time, I think we started to know. It's like that with everybody.
Yeah, because things happen so fast, and you're transitioning, and you know, I'm a quiet person when I get to the booth,
right?
But when I get on that set,
I'm the same way.
Energy.
Yeah,
you know what I mean.
I love that.
I like being humble. I love that. People tend to look at me like, yeah, this kid ain't about nothing. But then when I get on the set, you feel my presence.
Absolutely. I love that. That's why I couldn't wait to interview you, because I always told you every time we met, like, yo, I love your energy, man. I always say I love your energy when you get on, man, because not many people that can do that.
Thank
you.
You
got so many DJs that come and go, and it's like, yo, okay, you're good, but what do you bring into this? You sound just like everybody else. You know what I'm saying? And you had that different presence to me. I was like, yo, this kid's, he's good.
Thank you.
You know what I'm saying? So,
appreciate that.
Real recognize real when it comes to the DJ culture.
Hey, that's a fact.
You know what I'm saying? I've been doing it for a long time, so I'm not saying that I'm the best, but I know I'm not fucking trash.
You've seen a lot come and go.
I've seen a lot come and go. Yo, you ain't lying. You know, not many people are fit for this business, because it's a business.
It's cutthroat.
And it's super cutthroat. We could talk about that all day, trust me. But this comes with the territory, man. You can't just get your feeling, your feelings hurt at something.
Yeah.
It's business, it's like whatever, man. But yeah, so hybrids, 4 siblings, man. What made you get into the DJ culture?
By mistake. And just to be clear, I have 3 siblings. There's 4 of us in total.
Oh, yeah.
So I started DJing by mistake, bro.
Yeah.
In college.
Yeah, I remember we were talking, you was like, I just started DJing. I'm like, what? You just started DJing? And that's why I wanted to interview. I was like, yo, I'll sit down with you. Because I was like, yo, no, get the hell out of here. I want to know how the hell you became so good at it so fast.
I think I didn't know that I was gonna be good at it. I just, something I didn't quit on. I just fell in love with it by mistake. I found out about it by mistake, and I just ran with it. My father, like I told you before, he's a strict educational, as far as that. So he was like, listen, do whatever you want, just give me my bachelor's. So I said, fine. I got my bachelor's in international business.
Good for you.
And I chased this DJ stuff all the way. And
while you were still in school?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Absolutely.
So let's talk about what was I'm gonna say the year, because some people don't like to hear the year. What year was it when you first started getting into this? What year was it when you first got your equipment?
Maybe like 2014, 2015.
Oh, you really.
Yeah, I'm a laptop DJ.
Wow.
I'm a laptop DJ.
No way, because you could actually, how. To me, it doesn't matter what you're using; it's what you're playing and how you play it. So I'll give you a great example. I've been resident. Thank God, I've been resident in certain clubs for over 5 years.
Wow.
Like I've been in clubs for over 5 years. 1 club or 2 clubs, but I'll stay there resident. And I'll stay there and I'll do it, but I'll open up, of course, because, your resident is your house.
Yeah.
You have to open up for people, which I don't have a problem with, because I know I can control the room. I can play whatever I want, but I got to know how to play it.
Exactly.
So that's the thing about young DJs. They don't know that. When you're a seasoned DJ, you could actually, how to open up a room. So for you, I was like, damn, when you told me how long you were DJing for, I was like, impossible. I was like, that's gotta be, because it depends on what you play. You could be a DJ on a laptop. You could be, my grandmother could play a record on, with the groove to the needle and play a song. You'd be like, oh my God, I love this song. It doesn't matter how you do it. It's, it's a matter of like what you're playing, or it matters how you do it, because if you got skills, you gotta be on point.
Yeah.
But it's just a matter of what you play, man.
Yeah.
You gotta know the history behind all the music. You gotta know the music. Like I don't use headphones anymore. People are like, you don't use that. Yo, I study all my records.
Me either. I don't use headphones.
Ain't that crazy? And you can actually see it now.
Because I know my cue points.
You know your cue point. So I know all my cue points. So I listen to it's like homework. You go home and you study it. You oh, this is a dope record. I could drop it here. I could drop it there.
Exactly.
That's the trick and trade about you doing your research.
It's funny. I used to get criticized for that.
Like, why?
I used to get criticized.
Why? I love it.
How you don't use headphones? Like,
man.
You, like, how do you even do it? Like,
no, man. Listen, it's a new age, man. It's a new time, man. Like, why would you want to carry around with headphones? But you can see waves now.
Yeah.
Like, I can see waves. I know how to do it. As long as you know your cue points and you know your music, that's all that matters.
Yep.
You come in there, you put your laptop on, open that shit up, and rock.
Yep.
Yo, it's all by ear.
And put in work.
And that's it. But, you know, in my time, and it's not about me. I hate to keep talking about it. But I just want to know, did you ever try to DJ on vinyl?
I have vinyl. I own vinyl. I own 1200s.
Yeah.
I started with that.
Oh, so you started with DJ. Okay, so you're not a computer DJ. You can't say you're a computer DJ if you started on vinyl.
All right. So like what I would say is that I never done a party with vinyl. But what I did was I made sure I learned with 1200s. I learned how to DJ with 1200s.
I respect you for that. Give me time for that.
Thank you. Because I said, you know what? If I'm going to be great at this, I gotta know how to do this shit.
Right.
I might not know how to do every single scratch in the world, which isn't necessary.
Yeah, no, not anymore.
I wouldn't consider myself a turntablist.
A scratch crazy DJ.
A turntablist is what I call it.
I call it a scratch crazy.
Because to be honest with you, the game has changed so much.
You don't need
There's a crowd for that. I don't think the clubs that I do necessarily care too much about that.
No.
Like, that's a little extra sazon that I do when I feel like it.
Right.
When I want to brag.
And you're good at it.
Thank you.
Yeah, why not? I'm the same way. I'm the same exact way. I don't need... I know how to use what I got when I have to.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Other than that, everything as far as me mixing wise, as long as it's like on point, that's why I love technology now. It's like even with records, you know, you want to be on point and on key.
Yeah.
But not for nothing, the DDJ just made it a whole lot
and it just saves you so much time.
And so much fun.
And big shout outs to the iconic Kid Capri, which is obviously a DJ
salute
guy.
to Kid, the GOAT.
Kid Capri was doing what we do on laptops with vinyl, but not everybody could be like him.
I learned off of Kid Capri, me watching Kid Capri from the Bronx, and thank God, man, like my career, like. Me DJing with like doo-wop a couple times as a young kid, me DJing with SNS as a young kid, watching them was like, yo, going to their events, and actually getting in and being behind the scenes and watching them and learning and how they motivate the crowd. That's what really taught, that's how I got taught, watching, learning, hearing. You know, so that was, thank God for this, and just like Kid Capri, you know, like watching him and doing that, but I never got a chance to DJ with him, which would have been like, yo, phenomenal. Him and Jaddy Jeff, like,
oh man,
come on,
those are DJ guys.
Yo, and even sKratch. You ever heard DJ sKratch?
Of course.
Come on, man. Absolutely. I'm sorry because you're younger than me. I'm sorry.
No, it's all good.
My OG-ness is coming out.
I did my history.
And that's fucking great. A lot of kids don't, and that's the reason for the show. That's funny because the reason for the show is about learning your history of the DJ culture, because that's where I come from. I come from the mixtape era, learning and watching and hearing the DJ. Yeah. You know what I mean? Because at the time we didn't have hip hop music on Hot 97 like the way it is now, or 105.1. We had it on mixtapes, and being from New Jersey, that's how we learned. That's how I learned. Right. You know, and that's what made me fall in love with the culture. But I was a bomber, man. I was into graffiti.
Fire.
You know what I'm saying?
I wish I could. I can't.
Yeah, I loved it, man. That's how I got into, you know, the hip hop culture. You know what I mean? Like my uncle being into the b-boy, and then me seeing him with his Adidas, the leather jacket. I'm like, damn, I want to be cool like that too.
That's one of the elements of DJ. One of the elements of hip hop.
That's right. So that's how I learned. And then a friend of mine got DJ equipment. That's how I learned. The same way you learned. You got equipment. You did your homework. You did your research. And who inspired you besides Kid Capri? Who else?
Honestly, I wasn't inspired by anybody when I started.
Right.
When I started, I just saw the DJ equipment because I knew I wanted to do something with music.
Right.
But I didn't know what I wanted to do.
Did you chase it for the money or did you chase it for the passion?
I had no idea it was going to go this far.
No, that's fucking insane.
I had no idea that it was going to go this far. And listen, I got so much further to go. But I didn't have any idea. So like the way that it happened was that I saw the DJ equipment in the college radio station, because I joined the college radio station.
Dope.
Super soul radio station. Dope. Nobody listened to it.
I did college radio too. I loved it.
I saw it and I was like, you know what? Let me mess around with this. Messing around with this, now I'm here.
Wow.
Literally super fast forward. Now I'm here. And
so you were a little older when you got your equipment. How did you go about getting it? Did you have the privilege to have parents help you out?
Yes. Yeah. Yes. Damn, my father. Yes. My father. He is the reason why. He was the financing behind it.
Yeah. Behind it. Did he give you a deal like, yo, I'm gonna get it, but this is what you gotta do?
He literally told me like, listen, get your bachelor's. I don't care what you do. Just make sure you get your bachelor's. Yeah. That's all I care about.
And you get it, and then he gets you the equipment, or he got it.
He got me the equipment. He was like,
he did one of those. Yeah. Oh,
so,
man.
but listen, there's no way that I was gonna let him down. And
no,
I said,
good for you, bro. You're good. You're a good son.
Thank you.
I would have been somewhere in the block, like my bachelor. I'm gonna be a DJ.
Yeah, man. And I just said, you know what?
Which now I am. Yeah.
Yes. So I just said, you know what? I'm gonna take this seriously.
Yeah, dope, man. Good for you, bro. How about the music? Like, what was it like in your house? You're Dominican, so what was it like, yo?
But all right, so now here's the tricky thing, right? Because my mother, she's more of the Dominican side where she will listen to like the salsa, but she was raised in Puerto Rico for a while.
So she's a Boricua.
She's like, she's
a Boricua.
Half.
Yeah, I'm a Boricua, so it's like,
and my dad also, because my dad for a while, he even when he gets really upset, like you'll hear him with the Puerto Rican phrases. Oh, you know me chave. Stuff like that. And I'm like, damn, you Boricua.
Wait, hold that there.
Yeah, stuff like that, like super Puerto Rican phrases. But my dad, he went to college, obviously, and that college is when like his musical taste like really diversified. He was able to like listen to like a whole bunch of disco stuff, and he brought that to the house. Like, and it wasn't only just Spanish. What he didn't really dabble in too much was hip hop, but I found out about hip hop on my own. Right. Of course, I'm from the Bronx. I'm gonna figure it out.
Absolutely.
So, but everything else,
home of hip hop, Central Ave. Come on, Cool Herc, bro.
Exactly. Not even too far from it at all.
No, that's dope.
So so he was the one that like Diana Ross, Evelyn Champagne King, and stuff like that. Yeah. So this is stuff that I like to throw now in the club just to fuck people's heads up from time to time.
Though. Yeah. That music is timeless, bro.
Absolutely.
Like, you could I still play oldies, bro. Like I call them oldies, 80s joints. To me, 80s. All I listen to in the car is 80s music, bro. My wife thinks I'm an old fogey.
Well, I'll keep it real with you. 95% of the stuff I play in the clubs, I never listen to in my spare time.
No. Yeah.
Because I'm making the movie. I'm selling it. Yo, we live.
So what do you listen to?
Honestly, I'm listening to other track number 7 off a Large Professor's album or something like that.
So you really love the hip hop culture.
Yes, hip hop is my first love.
Yeah. What era do you look for?
Honestly,
this is interesting.
My favorite era, because I'm still a young buck. My favorite era was.
Is that a young buck?
G-Unit and 50. That was iconic to me. Like the Ride 2003. Like that was iconic to me. That was amazing. But I know my history as far as
I smell pussy.
Yes, I smell pussy. Like that's Beg for Mercy. So I definitely. But as far as I can listen,
I love mixtape 50.
Yeah, I can listen to the 90s shit. I can listen to the early 2000s. All this
dope,
stuff.
Man. That's fucking. I
hip-hop
love that.
Is absolutely.
I love that,
life.
Man. I love that. I love that. You said that, man. So the Bronx. Your father's into disco. He brings the records. How about your mother? You said she was into salsa.
Yeah.
There was no típico in the house.
Honestly, my parents weren't too crazy about típico. No, they were more salseros because of the influence that Puerto Rico had on them.
Oh wow! You know what's funny, because me, I was never into salsa. My mom would clean the house.
Love it.
Yeah, I was. My mom would clean the house and she'll blast the salsa. Frankie Ruiz and Hector Lavoe and all type of that vibe while cleaning the house. And I would be like, oh my God, I have to leave the house, bro. So. As I got older, I went to PR, and that's how I loved it, the actual culture. And after watching Hector Lavoe, the movie with Mark Anthony, La Cantante, then my culture really blew up. Like, yo, I gotta get into that. And then that's how I learned La Fania. I learned all a
lot of history.
Yeah, a lot of dope. All beginning in the Bronx.
Yep. My dad is a salsa historian also, so he put me onto a lot.
Dope. You know what I mean? NYC is what brought salsa, really, A
lot of culture, yeah.
Yeah, a lot of culture, bro. And not only that, hip-hop, the Bronx.
Yep.
And that's a lot of people don't know that the culture was brought up in New York, the Bronx.
Yeah.
Damn.
People try to take it from us, but it is what it is.
Damn, that's crazy. All right, so you grow up and you're What you were doing the vinyl? You were doing the vinyl. That's when you started.
Yeah.
You no computer. Or
no.
Did you just
well, like I practiced on vinyls, but I didn't have enough vinyls, so eventually I switched to the laptop.
Right. So you'll have doubles.
Yeah.
You'll have a double, of course.
Of course, you have.
So when did you know you sounded pretty decent to hit the clubs?
I didn't. I just went in.
Oh my God.
So I was so thirsty to finally DJ in a club, thinking I was the shit, thinking I was ready.
Okay. All right. I want to paint the picture. I got to paint the picture.
This is embarrassing.
But this is good. This is good because you starting with 2014 now, and we're like 6 years now, 7 years.
About 6, 7 years.
About 6, 7 years. Yeah, you learn fast, by the way. That's crazy. Well, I guess it's not too hard to really. It is, but really. To get into techniques and all that stuff is difficult, but if you're like in the house for like a month doing it, you'll get it. It's like anything else. But so 2014, you get your equipment, you start DJing, you dibble and dabble practicing. Now, how did you get your ear to mix songs?
Honestly,
and how'd you know you were on beat?
Honestly, I don't want to sound like a cocky motherfucker, but it just made sense to me.
Yeah?
It just made sense to me.
So you were naturally gifted to really learn how to match beats together.
Yeah, I never had an issue with that. Because it just, like, if it's off beat, it didn't sound right to me. Mm. And when it's on beat, it makes sense. Maybe this is something that I'm just taking as an assumption that people just know.
Right.
But, there are people that have to learn that. And I swear to
Counting the bars, the beats.
Yeah, and it just always made sense to me. Like, it always computed in my head. Like, all right, this is supposed to drop here.
Right.
This is supposed to drop here. The kick with the kick, the snare with the snare. It just makes sense.
Yeah.
At least to me.
Right.
But
man, so you didn't have any influences as far as learning to DJ. When you weren't DJing, what were you listening to? Like, how would you listen to another DJ? Like listening to a DJ? A favorite DJ?
When I had questions about, like, what I did have questions about was like scratching, like how to learn how to scratch.
Right.
Like, you know what I mean? So that I would go to YouTube University. You can learn anything.
Anything on YouTube. I love YouTube.
So I definitely,
shout out to YouTube, yo.
Big shout outs to
and Google.
Yes. Big shout outs to DJ Angelo from the UK. He has the instructional videos on how to DJ, how to scratch. And I actually met him in person, and I told him, I was like, listen, bro, you probably taught half the world how to scratch.
When
I met him out in California. Yeah, but that was it. As far as like influence though, like a DJ that I wanted to be like, I didn't really have any. No.
Wow. Like, I think I took a little bit from everybody. Like, as growing up DJing, like I was like, I'm gonna take that. I like that. I like the way he did that. Let me do it, but do it somewhat differently. Like your style of DJing in the club, like it reminds me of, my era. Like coming up, you know what I mean? How Kid Capri, Doo-Wop, how SNF, we motivate the crowd talking. Not many people sound too well doing it. Some people.
There's an art to it.
The art to it, and when to do it.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? And when to drop a record, knowing when you got them.
Yep.
And they stuck, and then they start singing to the songs. Because the younger DJs coming up, and not to offend them, because it's not offensive. You take it as creative criticism. So sometimes they might not understand they're ripping through these records so fast, and they're not giving a chance for the people to enjoy it a little bit, and just to sing a little bit to it. You know what I'm saying?
That's that. I want to say that's that tri-state shit. Because I've DJ'd out west, they don't play that shit out west.
Nah.
They don't play that shit down south.
Nah.
Like maybe in Miami you get away with it, New York, New Jersey, maybe Connecticut.
Yeah.
But if I let's say I'm DJing in fucking, I want to say like Ohio.
Right.
They don't play that shit. You gotta play the record more, but we're so fast paced out here.
Yeah, right.
That's just how
crazy?
we roll, and that's just the way it is. But that's something that comes with experience.
Yeah, knowing how to play it and when to play it.
Yeah,
and when to drop the song.
Absolutely. And here's one thing that I always keep in mind, and I like to tell DJs, so I look straight at the camera for this.
There you go.
It's not about what you play, it's how you made them feel that night.
Damn right.
They do not remember what songs you played. It's about, oh shit, Frank Roth made me laugh.
Hell yeah.
Frank Roth made me, he made me want to call my ex. That's why, like, listen,
there's been a couple times where I hear you say some crazy shit in the club, and I'm like, yo, you crazy. For
and that shit stands out.
It does.
It stands out. Like, there's a way of doing it.
Right.
And I think, and as far as influences, I just to get back a little bit on that.
Right.
As I got more seasoned in the game, I got influenced by other people, like my OG DJ self. Absolutely.
Right. So So how did it go? You get your equipment, you DJing. A year later, you decide to just go to the club. How did you get your foot in the door? Like you just went to the corner lounge and said, "Yo, let me DJ for you."
I had friends that were promoters.
Dope.
And they was like, "Yo, like I'm gonna put you on to the club." And eventually I was like, "Word, like for real? Like you put me on?" Oh my God. And then when I did my first set,
man,
it was the worst. I was so embarrassed. First of all, I was shaking. I couldn't stop shaking.
Right.
Anxiety like a motherfucker. But it was so bad, and I'm gonna admit this, that I was so nervous that I put on another DJ's mix that had no drops. And I was acting like I was DJing.
No,
I was so nervous.
Not that.
Yes, and I did a terrible job. Super pre-recorded mix from somebody else.
Man.
And I was so nervous that I did that. And I bombed it so many other times, and then eventually I caught
but they didn't realize it, did they?
Nobody realized
now they do. Now
I don't give a fuck. Come see me in the tables if you think I'm whack or whatever. I don't care.
That's so dope, though. So you're DJing in the club. When did you know that you got way better? Like within time, of course.
Yeah, I just think within time, honestly, like you start realizing things, and then you listen back to other shit that you did or like mixes that you did, and you're like, damn, I really did that before. Like, I still got my first ever mixtape, which
I know there's been a couple times where I come home and I'm like, I bombed tonight.
Yeah,
I bombed, man, big time. I think most of my bombing had to do with a lot of drinking.
Okay.
A lot of drinking. That's my bombing. Yeah, and that's why it's just now.
I think as DJs, it should be normalized a little bit more that us DJs aren't always gonna have the best night every single night. It's not natural. It's just not.
So how does it feel now, man? Like coming up in your grind, man, and you've been doing so many clubs out here in the Tri-State and on the West Coast.
I kind of not to be too explicit, but popped my cherry in Jersey recently.
Yeah? You're doing a hell of a job.
Thank you.
Yeah, bro. I'm happy to see you out here doing your numbers, bro. Because that's what it's about, man, doing your numbers.
And big shout out to you once again because you've been very inviting whenever we work together.
Yeah,
You've been very inviting. You haven't been like an asshole snobby person.
Man, I'm not
and you never violated on the tracks or whatever the case.
I used to be a knucklehead.
Yeah?
Yeah, way before. Now that I'm in hippie mode, it's like happy.
Good, let's keep you vegan, bro.
Yeah!
Let's keep you vegan, man.
Yeah, vegetarian.
Oh, vegetarian.
More like pescatarian, but I'm light off I'm getting a little more light on the fish.
I'm cooking some red snapper tomorrow.
So I love red snapper, bro.
I'm excited about that.
Shit. Shit. Yeah, so, man, I just, before, I used to get annoyed because it used to be, I felt like every DJ that I DJ with that's younger coming up, I felt like they, first of all, again, I'm gonna bring the subject up about being very egotistical, entitled, and just once they get their foot in the door, they don't understand the politics of it. Mm-hmm. So sometimes I might get annoyed with younger kids, and that's when you have to put them in check a little bit, and like, yo, listen, but I tend to not do that. I tend to just walk away and just let them do their thing, and let them learn off of their mistakes.
I've been approached like that one time.
How?
I'm not gonna say the club, but it's a club that you and I have both done.
Yeah.
And
who was the individual?
I cannot say.
I'll make it down to the nitty-gritty.
I'm not gonna give this person any
Okay, so what was it like? What did they say? How did they say it?
So it was a total misunderstanding, and it's super whack that it turned out the way that it did.
Yeah.
So what happened was that when I was booked by this person, by this owner. Yeah, by this owner. Right. He told me that I was doing a certain time, right? This was on a Sunday.
Right.
So I was like, okay, so that means I'm closing.
Right.
Little did I know there was somebody that was going on after me. Right? So here I am, I'm doing my set and I'm doing like a closing set. So I'm playing the stuff, you know what I mean? So I didn't even see this person coming up to me, and this person came up to me and he was like, yo, chill out. You're playing too many things right now. You chill out.
Headliner?
I didn't know he was the headliner. I thought I was like
the headliner.
Yeah, I thought I was the closer.
Right.
I just called it the closer, the headliner.
Yeah. It's headlining really. Yeah. Because if you're a resident, you're the resident. A headliner usually comes in and they close.
Because they had a DJ on before me also.
Right.
So that's why I was confused.
Yeah.
So I was like, okay, I guess I'm the closing act.
Right.
So yeah, this person came up to me middle of my set, like literally I'm DJing, and you know how active I am when I DJ. I'm jumping around and shit. And he was like, yo, chill out. You're doing too much, my man. Chill out.
Ooh.
Oh, like, so now it's not only a DJ thing. Now it's a respect thing.
Right.
Now you're being disrespectful, and I never said anything to you, so I kind of lowered the music, and I was like, yo, chill out. Like, you know what I mean? Chill out. So this person complained to the owner about it. And the owner, and you know what? I'm gonna just leave it at that because I don't want to sound like I'm gossiping, but yeah, I've had that experience before.
No, you're telling me exactly what you went through.
Yeah, and it was just a misunderstanding.
Wifey said she want to know all the one chinche.
Yeah, so
we love the gossip here.
That happened, and
Pause, no chatty patties, easy.
Yeah, and it sucks because I feel like had me and this person just had a conversation, things could have just been cleared up.
Yeah,
but just the energy was trash.
I've never approached anybody like that. You know why?
You end up looking corny.
That's whack. First of all, if you're a headliner, because that's exactly what it is, you're headlining. You know, you should know how to headline. It doesn't matter what you play again. It's how it's you DJing. You should know your season.
Reset the night.
Yeah,
your season, right?
Reset. Yo, come on, man. Listen, if I'm DJing with Carmelo, for instance, right, or Pro Style, or anybody who had a Frank Roth, you know, and I'm doing the opening set, I'll make sure to level everything out. I'm gonna be like, yo, I know he's gonna play. I know everybody's set already, by the way. Like, I know what they're gonna play and what they're gonna come here and do. Yeah, you know, sometimes you guys might do a little curveball in there, which is great. I'll be like, oh yeah, he played that shit. Ooh, you know, but I like to do things a little differently. So even when I'm closing out and y'all gotta leave earlier and I gotta close out the night, I still know how to close my sets. I will not play the same records that another headliner plays. Ever.
And at the end of the day, listen, at least in New York, we do more like opener, mid-set, closer.
Correct,
right?
yes.
I think the opener and the mid-set have a way tougher job than the closer.
Yeah, way tougher.
If you know how to hold that crowd down and wrangle that crowd and have them where they're not climaxing yet, and they're about to, so that the closing DJ could go in there and do their job, that's the marking of a DJ's DJ.
Yeah, some DJs just don't want to go right after I DJ sometimes because, like you say, you go in there, you ready, you focus, you're like, yo, I'm
ready to kill
down. Hell yeah, I'm the same way. I go in there with that mentality. You know, do you ever get nervous and sweat to this day? I do.
I'll keep it real with you. I always, right before I get on the set, I have like a good 30 seconds of anxiety.
Yeah, me too.
It's just the way it is.
Ain't that crazy?
I don't like to give it mind.
I get butterflies.
Yeah, I don't like to pay mind to it. I don't let it get the best of me. And I just go in, and then I just lose myself.
How do you read your crowd?
Honestly, is there more dudes than girls? Is there more girls than dudes? How many girls look like they're spending money?
Are you there for the dudes or the girls?
Oh, for the ladies, absolutely.
Beautiful.
Absolutely. I say that a lot when I.
That's a trick question.
No, I say that a lot when I DJ.
Yeah, but that's what we're here. That's basically what we're there for, to please the women.
And so the guys.
For the guys to spend money.
But exactly. If there's women there, they're perhaps not spending as much money as the ballers.
Yeah.
So, there are some women that do.
Yeah.
Shout out to them. I love seeing when women buy their own bottles.
They come with their team. They buy their bottles. Like, yo, they buy my
exactly. I love that.
And I shot that shit out.
Exactly.
I shot to all the ladies in here handling their own business.
Exactly.
That's independent.
And that's fire.
Yeah.
But a lot of the times it's the dudes spending a lot of the money.
Right.
Which is totally fine, but understand that I gotta rile the women up in order for the men to start getting hyped.
Right.
You know, so like I never want to be the guy, and that's why I don't really do strip clubs like that.
Me either.
I'm not too crazy about it. Like I'll do it, but I'm not.
Yeah. I've done them.
It's more of a press play.
Do you feel that there's a difference between strip club DJs and lounge club?
Hell yeah.
Ain't it?
No, that is an absolute fact.
Ain't it?
That's an absolute fact. And not to knock them.
No, not
to knock them.
It's a big different vibe.
Exactly. It's a totally different vibe.
Different animal when it comes to it, man. Like a DJ DJing in a strip, not for nothing, no offense, but a DJ DJing in a strip club, and yeah, granted, you might be dope. That's nothing. Like you could be dope. But a DJ DJing in a strip club and then putting them in a big room with more people that are actually wanting to dance and not just one person on a pole, no disrespect. But you gotta keep all those people happy.
Yeah.
Yeah, bro.
And I just like playing different shit, bro. I don't wanna play trap all night. I
get proud of that shit.
Absolutely. I just don't. And listen, you do what you do, it's totally fine, but understand like I don't want to be stuck to one genre on that.
Yeah. No disrespect to the DJs doing the strip club, because I've done strip clubs too.
Me too.
Not my cup of tea.
Me too.
Not my cup of tea. You know, but I mean, other than that, yeah, it's a whole different animal. I think it's a whole different vibe, bro. So you DJ now. You're out in these clubs, and you know, by the way, I love your sense of style too.
Thank you.
Yeah. You know, not a lot of men do that. You know, like compliment another man about their style. It's fucking phenomenal.
Thank you.
I got you. I'm the modern day hippie, bro.
Yeah.
Okay.
Good vibes. Good vibes.
So yeah, man. So I know you have the sweater thing, the whole Dominican men. How's that going for you?
It's going great. You know what's funny is that I actually shipped my first hoodie out to Europe. To Switzerland.
Congratulations, man.
I'm very thankful.
That's big.
Yeah, and like, how the fuck did you hear about it in Switzerland? I never even been to Europe, so I don't know. I'm just thankful.
Yeah, that's dope, man.
And if you want to get your hoodies, DominicanMenDoNotCheat.com.
Yeah.
I got a whole bunch of
Put your info on there. What's your Instagram too?
I am Frank Roth.
Yes. ROTH.
Yes.
Cool. So you do the sweater thing, which is dope. I love your sweater line, which is great. And now you're doing a show.
Yes.
Is it all about? Is it the DJ show, or is it like interviewing anybody and anyone?
So
if I said that the right way,
people call me the elephant in the room, right?
Oh, I'm so sorry. I want to get into that too.
Well, let's do it.
Yeah. So the elephant in the room. How can I forget? Shame on me. Shame on me. They call you the elephant in the room.
The elephant in the room. So do you know what that phrase means?
Yeah.
Or what does it mean to you?
To me, it's people overlook in a room. Like you're well overlooked. They're not worried about you. You're in the room because no. Let me correct myself. It's when you walk into a room and somebody's there that's the presence. It's like a present in the room.
So
am I saying that's like your father, the principal? Yeah, Patterson school system raised me.
Patterson ain't no joke.
I was born and raised in P-Town.
Okay, yeah, Patterson ain't no joke.
Riverside, what up, Riverside? The CCP project, easy.
See, I understand why you say it was a nickname before.
CCP project, yeah, it was a really tough place to live a Puerto Rican at the time, only Puerto Rican. And when it first was built, my grandparents were the first ones to ever live in this project home building. So I was brought up and raised there. And Patterson, man, no joke. It's like the Bronx.
Not yet.
It's like the Bronx.
Little Bronx aren't too different.
Yeah, not too different. Yeah. So elephant in the room. You tell me.
So I'll tell you. I just wanted to see what you thought. So the elephant in the room is pretty much an idiom that expresses something awkward, something that is there, but you cannot deny its presence, whether you want to talk about it or not. And it's exactly how I feel in this business.
Yes.
Whether you want to acknowledge it or not, you will feel my presence when I'm in the room. And I like making y'all motherfuckers uncomfortable with my energy, because I'm going to make sure that you understand that the elephant is in the room, that I'm here.
I love that. You can compliment
Thank you. And also the elephant is a symbol of luck.
Yes.
My
wife loves elephants.
Nice.
Right, baby?
So the elephant is a symbol of luck, so I just ran with it. And I still feel that way to this day.
And I love your drop.
Oh yeah,
you might be carried away a little bit. I might have to edit it for you. Maybe lower the elephant a little more.
I do it on purpose. I do it all on purpose, because it's like, damn, who the fuck was that with that elephant sound the whole fucking night? What is that?
Dope though. Instead of having the same shit, I'm tired of it. I'm tired of it.
Well, what's the other one? The air.
Yeah, man.
Shouts to all the DJs that use it. I like doing my own thing.
Well, yeah, you gotta have your own sound, bro. Like I have my drop is a female saying my name, which is dope. I love that. It's a little different than anything else. So so the elephant room, which is dope. I love the whole effect thing and the whole concept of it. And I love your video you put up on the screen. The
elephant dancing.
Dope. I love it. I love it. I see everything, bro. I'm very focused. I'm focused. Even when I was drinking, I was a little focused. It might tumble a little bit, but we was good. We still focused. Yeah. So elephant in the room. Tell me how you met Self.
I met Self because, remember, I said I was in the college radio station, right?
Yeah.
So the college radio station got a random letter. Like, I started as an editor, then I became the general manager. And when I was the general manager of the college radio station, Clear Channel, what it was called before, they sent a letter saying, "Oh, we're looking for interns in sales." And all I saw was that Power 1051 logo on that paper. And I said, "Fuck it, let me try. So they accepted me. So now I'm interning in sales. Sales so boring.
Yeah,
so,
they put you in a cubicle?
They put me in a cubicle. I had to get the button on my blazer.
My apologies. Let me get my cafecito over here. Keep going.
So I literally had to wake up super early, get over there, be there by 8 o'clock latest, and do the whole 8 to 4 thing, 9 to 5, whatever you want to call it.
Right.
And so I once they saw that I was like really like serious about the stuff, I told her, I was like, listen, honestly, my goal is to get upstairs where the actual studio is. Because I wasn't even allowed to get into the studio yet.
But how'd you go about? Who did you tell that to?
To my supervisor at the time. Big shout outs to Andrea.
You had the balls to tell your supervisor?
Yeah, I told her that because I had nothing to lose, bro. I was working for free.
Anyway, that's the truth.
I was working for free. So she was like, listen, I understand. Just show me that you're a hard worker, and I promise you that I'll connect you to the right people. She connected me to promotions.
Yeah.
I did a year in promotions. Then I got into programs, so I finally got upstairs. So now I'm an intern, and at this point, I couldn't get any more college credits for it, right? So guess what I did? I made fake ass papers.
Oh, were you a rebel?
Absolutely, because I said, fuck that. I'm not just gonna leave. I want to be up here. Right. So I had to doctor the papers and act like I was getting credits.
Yeah.
So opportunity comes up. DJ Self is looking for somebody to man his phones, to be a phone operator for his show.
Personal phone or for his show?
No, for the show. Like call me up 800-585-151. Thousands of people calling for contests and shit like that.
My God.
And he literally told me, he was like, yo, all I want you to do, he spoke to me like I didn't know English. Like, it was condescending. I'm not gonna lie to you. He was like, listen, all I want you to do is pick up the phone. Hello, Power 1051. You are not the 105th caller, whatever. Just keep calling until you get 105. And I was like, okay. And in my mind, I was like, yeah, right, nigga. I'm gonna take over this bitch. But listen, it took me, bro. I worked for free for the entire cluster of Clear Channel turned into IR. I worked for free for like a good 5-6 years. Not paid at all.
Damn.
Not $1.
So, but you doing this before you were still DJing in your room?
Yeah. Not like this was still bullshit.
Yeah, still new to you.
Yeah, it's all.
But you already knew what you wanted to do.
Yeah, exactly.
That's so dope.
So I just said, fuck this. Let me take this as far as I can. I'm still getting my bachelor's. Right. So so I ended up working there for free for a very long time.
Yeah.
And there were a lot of days that I didn't think that I was gonna ever be able to DJ on air until that one opportunity came up. Shout to L Books, the aviator L Books. Right. He said, Frank, I've heard you in these clubs. I know you get busy. You want to DJ our Angie Martinez show in 2 days? I said, for real? Yeah. And that was my first ever time DJing on air. Man. Meanwhile, this whole time I'm interning with Self. So that's how I met Self, and I learned so much.
After L Bugs tells you want to DJ for Angie Martinez, you knew Self already because you were working with him. How did he feel that he was?
He was like, "That's what's up. You grinded." Grinded for it.
So good for you, man.
So I ended up DJing for Angie. Because she had a part where she was rotating DJs.
Yeah, I remember. Rainbow was doing it. You, Ty Boogie. Yeah, I remember.
And then Ty Boogie officially got it. But then I also
Pro Style. I like Ty Boogie.
Yeah, Ty Boogie's a DJ. No, he's from Harlem.
Harlem, okay.
Yeah. He and Pro Style would also like have enough confidence in me eventually that he'd be
Pro Style my dude, man. I gotta get Pro Style back. Congratulations to your baby, by the way.
You do, yes, congratulations.
Yeah.
So he had enough confidence in me where he was like, all right, you want to fill in for me when I'm not here, and I would DJ his show. And now I'm on the weekends.
Yeah, that's just phenomenal, bro. And go to show little doors open, man. I always say that, like
just don't quit.
Yeah, don't quit. I love that.
If this is what you love, you won't quit.
Yeah, especially I never done this for the money, because if it was like that, I would have really been stopped.
Tell me about it.
To be honest with you, I would have been stopped, But I never done this for the money. I've done it for the passion and for what I love. I love DJing.
Yeah.
I stopped working a full time just to DJ. And it was great before the pandemic. You know what I'm saying? Although I'm comfortable now and I'm happy, but you still love the passion and you still want to DJ in these clubs to a big crowd.
Yeah.
It's totally different. I don't know how you feel about how it is now, compared to what it was?
I mean, listen, before we took everything for granted.
Right?
Before the pandemic, we took everything for granted. Man. But the good thing is that things are coming back.
Say it loud, bro.
Things are coming back.
Yeah.
I'm one of the people that have gotten vaccinated. I've gotten I've gotten both
doses. You
seem
to be fine. You don't have 3 eyes.
I'm chilling, bro. At least not yet.
Not yet, bro.
And I've been vaccinated because for Moderna, I got the Moderna one.
Did you get the COVID?
Yes.
Yeah, I did too.
I had it, but I had it.
It's alright. You know, people think you're dirty when you have it, right?
Like, well, you had it. Everybody had it.
Like, you had the COVID.
I think when it's all said and done, I think about 70 to 80% of all Americans will have it at one point or another. Like, it's just.
Oh man. So let's talk about your days you're on 105.1 in New York City.
Yes, so I'm on the weekends. Sometimes it's Saturday mornings, sometimes it's Sunday mornings, 4 to 6 a.m.
Nice. And how you're? I noticed you did your middle of pandemic. Yes. You were doing lives on IG.
Yes.
How's that
Just
going? Yeah, still doing lives.
Yeah. So it's different. Because I love feeding off the energy of the people right in front of me.
Yeah.
But it's still something that's important to do in order to keep up with your fans, your supporters.
Right.
It's very important that you show your face because this is a very out of sight, out of mind business.
Agreed.
So you have to be out
there.
People
forget. I get people all the time. You still DJing? Like, yo, what kind of question is that?
Yeah,
I'm kind of on my mind, as of right now, my mind is going everywhere as far as DJing in the club and stuff like that. I love this part of it. I love being creative, because I think that now, since this whole issue with the pandemic, I hate to bring it up, but it's life.
Yeah.
I was in the club 4 times a week, 4 nights a week.
Putting in work.
Maybe more. For years, bro. I'm talking 5-6 years in one club.
It's put us all on pause, bro.
Yeah.
This pandemic has put us
your lifestyle is still, and then when it stays still, it's like, what do I do now?
Yep.
Right?
And you gotta innovate. You either sing or swim, and that's something that Angie Martinez always told me. You're gonna sing or you're gonna swim. What the fuck are you gonna do?
Oh man, I could imagine the speeches she probably gave you at
she was filled with gems.
Yeah. Tell me something about when you first met her.
She's very nice. When it's time to work, if you don't do what you're supposed to do, because I ended up being a producer for her show for a little bit.
Yeah.
If you're not ready to work and you don't put in the work that you're supposed to put in and some more, she will chew you the fuck out. She can be a savage.
I could imagine.
But she makes you better. She's
been doing it for so long, bro.
There's a method to her madness.
Yeah, absolutely, man. Come on, Angie Martinez.
Legend.
Oh man, that's awesome. But so I know you produce too.
Yes.
How's that going?
It's funny. I've taken a little hiatus from that as of now because I feel like I'm doing so many things. I can't keep up with everything. And one thing that I really wanted to get off the board was the Elephant Pick, my interview series.
Right.
So, but I produce with Machine.
Right.
I love Ableton.
Yeah.
So that's what I do. But I do need to get back to.
Yeah. Are you more into the production as far as what do you Machine has their own
Machine.
I'm an Akai guy. I'm a 2000 XL Akai.
Okay.
I love my 2000 XL. I'm more hands-on. I like to dig in the crate, get my fingers dirty. Okay. Well, in these days it's more like YouTube, looking for sounds, looking for samples. With yours, Machine is
more focused on the drum. It is definitely digital.
Yeah,
absolutely
digital, yes.
And it's more focused on the drums and stuff it's more drum based. Like if Ableton, I use it more to edit samples and chop shit up, or chop audio up.
Yeah.
Machine is more I want to get my drum patterns, and that's what I use.
Dope, man. I noticed you work with Melly too.
Yes, I am her.
Let's talk about Melly. I love Melly.
Shout out to Melly. Yes.
I love Melly, man. I don't know her personally, but she got a song with Tory Lanez, which I love.
She has a couple songs.
Yeah. The one I'm talking about. I know you.
Hit My Line.
Hit My Line. I love that. My favorite joint.
Yes.
My favorite. If people hear me in the club and they hear it, so they know I'm playing it. I love that record. So how was it? How'd you meet her?
Well, back to my interview series, The Elephant Pick. I'm working on season 2 right now. And season 1, she was an artist on Elephant Pick.
Oh, so you've been doing Elephant Pick for a while.
I've been doing it for a little bit. Then I took a break.
Okay.
Due to some technical reasons, but I don't really want to get into. But
personally,
yeah, some personal stuff. But yes. So she was a guest on my show, and her label hit me up. yo, she enjoys your vibe, she likes your vibe. She's about to go on tour with Meek Mill. Do you want to be her DJ?
So,
fuck yeah! So
yo, what are the chances, man? What the fuck? You got a lucky Clover?
Not lucky.
Oh man,
just caught a vibe.
Dope, man. People feed off of vibes.
Yeah.
I love that, man. I think energy is a huge deal, bro.
And I think she knows for sure that when we go out there and we're facing 10,000 people, whatever.
You can handle it.
I can handle it, and she trusts me to I got her back.
Yeah, dope, man. That's so dope, man.
Sir.
That's so dope, bro. So what else do you have in the future lined up for yourself, man? Where do you go from here?
I want to continue building my name nationally.
Yeah.
And I also understand that I can't DJ forever. So it's about saving as much money as I can and flipping that into different businesses and stuff.
Well, you can actually DJ forever if you want.
Yeah, but I can't be 75 years old in the club.
Why not? Red Alert still DJing.
He's
Shouts to Red Alert.
Shouts to Red Alert. He's a god.
Yo, right?
But he does it when he feels like it, not because he has to.
Not because he has to. Yeah.
You know what I mean?
That's the difference.
DJing is just one stream of income for me. Taking the money that I make DJing and just flipping it into other things. You know what I want to do?
What do you want to do?
I think about a lot. I want to be like a cool music professor, music teacher.
You could.
Yeah.
You could be well, I think KRS-One does it in I'm not sure what university.
From the Bronx, KRS-One, the teacher.
You see how I just throw hip hop legends in there. The part of sKratch, bro. Professor. Like, there's a lot of hip hop. I think Roxanne Shante does it. KRS-One does it. I think Nick Cannon even does it. I'm not really sure.
This shit is dope, man.
Yeah, bro. I'm telling you.
Classes, like whether I'm teaching kids how to DJ or I'm teaching them the history of hip hop.
That's why I love your vibe, bro, because when I heard you playing certain songs, I'm like, what the hell does this kid know about this song? Yeah, and I'm playing, like, what does this guy know about these records? But you were hitting so many 90s joints that I was like, yo, this is my era. This is what I grew up listening to. How does this young man know about these songs? Because I know a lot of the younger DJs, no offense again, because DJs can get their feelings.
Absolutely.
All the time. But some of them just don't know. Like, they stay stuck to one genre, and then they stay stuck to what they hear other DJs playing.
They play trap and drill for 3 hours in a row.
Nothing wrong with it, but be real. Fuck that shit.
Fuck that.
I love that.
Listen, I'm all about diversification. If you're in a club that's what they want, that's all they want to hear. Okay. But goddamn, there's so much else that you can play.
Absolutely.
There's a way to maneuver the crowd, bro. And listen, hip hop is my first love, so you can't tell me shit about hip hop. But goddamn, there's a way to fuck people's heads up that you don't have to play drill all night. That you don't have to play. There's a market for it though.
Yes. Oh yeah, it's huge right now.
Like for example, there's a club. I'm gonna be DJing in Arizona in a couple of weeks.
Really, Arizona.
Which is like my second biggest, I would say third biggest. From New York, Jersey, then Phoenix is like my biggest support base.
Yeah.
They show me a lot of love out there. So I'm doing a club called Into out there, Into aka International, and all they want to hear is fucking hip hop. So I know when I go in there, that's what the fuck I'm doing. But if I'm at a lobby, they want to hear a little bit of everything. I can't just stick to one thing. You know what I mean? And just come on, DJs, you can diversify.
Everybody's starting to sound the same. I hate it.
There's a time and place.
That's why I'm saying everything, bro. Like literally, I'm in the club yesterday and I see somebody with a computer and have warning on the computer. Oh, no. And I was like, yo, there's some things you do and some things you don't. And I feel like some new kids don't understand what it is. You can't go ahead and take somebody else's.
There's DJs that want my drop. There's DJs that want my drop that I made for myself, which is trademarked. I trademarked that, and they want it. No. Like, yo, how can you make me one? I had one dude ask me, yo, can you make me that same sound effect but with a rooster?
Oh my god!
I said, get the yo, bro.
Terrible.
Are you telling Pepsi to create Coca-Cola? That makes no sense. You know what I mean? It's just, but yeah.
Yeah, man. I love that you said that though, because I felt kind of certain things. I try to be politically correct as much as I can.
We have to.
Yeah, and I hate that. I hate it. I hate that. I hate having. Cause I was born with. I wasn't born with a silver spoon in my mouth. I like to just speak my mind and say what I say. Sometimes it might get me in trouble, and it might land me not getting bookings.
Yeah.
But how you doing? you know, this is real TV, by the way. You see how you do it. Yeah, you know, in terms of get people in trouble and myself, of course.
But you're passionate. That's
but yeah, man, you know, I feel like, how do you feel with this whole thing? You know, being that we were in the whole year pandemic, and then next thing you know, we have no work. We didn't have a work for a year almost, right? And then we go back to it, and it's not the same anymore. But when I see other places making so much money through the door, and it's not about the money, but it's about the situation that other DJs were in. Mm-hmm. And I gotta speak my mind because it's the truth, and I have to say it. We could always edit this later.
Speak of truth.
But I feel that if a DJ helps your establishment in a time of need, and then you get back into it, and the vibe is right, and you're selling and you're charging at a door, and plus you have people buying bottles left and right all night, and then you don't give what the DJ wants basically or needs, I think that's not fair. You know, after a DJ, you know, helps.
Yeah, absolutely.
So, I mean, like, you know, that's just
it's a tough business, bro.
Yeah, it's tough, and I know you can't be in your feelings. That's why I'm saying, like, sometimes my mouth might get me in trouble, and I don't give a shit because, again, when one door closes, another one opens, and we know our talent. So if you're smart and you know how to do what you do, you're gonna keep going and you're gonna succeed. That's why it's been a long time I've been doing it. I won't give up.
I'm not gonna lie to you. There's gigs that I've lost too because I've told people this is my price.
Yes.
And I'm not gonna lower it.
No.
And
what do you do with that in that predicament?
Keep it moving, bro. Because at the end of the day, bro.
I love that.
At the end of the day, some people are gonna fuck with you, and some people just ain't.
Yeah, that's the truth.
That's just what it is.
I love that shit.
And some people just ain't, and it's fine. Not everybody's gonna want to fuck with you.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. I feel like a lot of the younger generation they don't understand the whole you know, politics with the DJ and thing. You know, like you said, you came into the game hungry as hell. You probably didn't charge anything, which is not a problem.
No, absolutely not.
Yeah, so it's like me. When I was younger, you know, or even when I got older in DJing, I was like, you know, I had to go out and rub shoulders. I hated that. Yeah. I hated the politics about the whole game.
I'm not a we outside standing on couches type of person.
Yeah.
I'm not that type of person.
I can't.
You'll never you'll never see me standing on couches because that's not my vibe.
Yeah, I know.
But understand the politics of DJing. Understand that this is the game. I'll give you a fun fact. I lost, just to be super fast because I know we gotta move on, but I had a gig for YouTube, right? I'm super excited because you know YouTube is gonna give you the bag. Yeah. They're gonna give you bread. So I'm super excited this gig for YouTube is coming up, and then I get a text from somebody saying, "Oh, you don't have the gig anymore. You lost the gig to another DJ." I was like, "Who?" Tinashe. I was like, "Tinashe is a DJ?"
Yeah. That's
what? Yeah. What is it? So I lost it. So and when that happened to me, it was a pivotal moment in my career where I understood. Listen, it doesn't matter. Like half the shit that I think that matters doesn't matter. I do like either you do it for the love,
yes,
or you just like bitch about it all the time. And you become a bitter old DJ, and it's
correct. I don't want to feel like a bitter old DJ.
Exactly. You don't want to be the DJ that comes up to the younger DJ talking about, "Yo, stop playing this." Like it happened to me. You don't want to be that bitter old DJ.
You don't want to be the bitter. And you put it like that.
Yeah, and it's just tough. You know, it just is what it is, and you got to roll with the punches and keep reinventing yourself and just continue to push your brain.
Right, absolutely, man. I love that you said that, bro. I love that. I don't want to take up too much of your time, but I loved having you here, bro.
Thank you.
It's awesome, man.
Thank you.
We never got a chance to really chop it up.
This is the first time,
right?
Yeah.
And then it's cool because you can actually have a conversation. Then yet having a conversation behind the booth where you're yelling at each other because you can't hear anything.
That's a fact.
The music is playing so loud and. You know, we read off of the energy when y'all walk in, like, "Oh, what's up? I'm out of here."
Yeah.
Once you plug in, man, go. You know what you need. Yeah. But yeah, man. So I know you have a lot going on, man. Before we get out of here, I want to know what's next for you, bro.
What's next?
Like, what do you have that you're focused on right now that you're trying to push?
Besides Elephant Pick, my interview series,
yeah.
You know, like I said, I'm really focused on becoming more of a national brand. I have gigs that are out of town that I'm very excited for. I have my brand, Ricky Men Don't Cheat, of course.
Yeah, and you have All Men Don't Cheat, pretty much.
Yeah,
can we just do it?
Take care of everybody.
Listen,
I got DJs Don't Cheat. Also,
that's dope. I like that.
So I have that, and you know, Frank Roth is focused on saving the bag and flipping it into business.
Yeah, what kind of business you want to do?
I really want to own a parking lot. but like in the middle of like New York.
That's smart.
That's a lot of money.
I know a lot of Dominicans love that shit, bro.
Nah, it's all good.
Yeah, every time I go park at the city, they always be like, oh, you supposed to go with that? Hey, what's up, bro?
Yeah, that's just a never-ending business. Like people always need a place.
That's the truth. Just like a laundromat.
Yeah. So that and just real estate, also, stuff like that. That's what I'm into.
Joe, man, I hope.
Being a music teacher eventually.
Yeah, Joe. We need that in our schools now.
We need culture, man.
Yeah. Did you have music class in your school?
I had like the I wouldn't call it bullshit, but I would just say the traditional. This is Mozart. This is Handel. This is.
We got to get together and do that for the kids, man.
But like in college, I did have a hip hop professor.
Oh, dope.
Yeah, I did have and he knew his shit too.
Dope.
White boy, but he knew his shit.
Dope, right? You wouldn't ever know who. It didn't matter. It's hip hop.
He knew his element. He knew everything. He knew more shit, especially about graffiti. He knew a lot.
Dope.
Way more than I did.
Bro. I love graffiti. I've done a lot of stupid shit in my life. I've done a lot of stupid shit. You name it, I've done it.
Fair enough, but this experience and just to go a little bit back as far as like the new DJs, I know we spoke about this a lot.
Yeah.
Everybody's on their journey. Everybody's learning.
Right.
So they still got a lot more to go. I still got a lot more to learn, a lot more to go from. And big ups to them too.
Yeah, but from all the younger DJs, I feel like you're doing your shit, man.
Thank you.
I don't know. I don't know some of the other younger DJs. Maybe I gotta get them in here to really sit with them.
Yeah, I suggest that.
Yeah, man. So
put them on game.
Yeah, I love that, man, because it's good to know, and that's why we're doing this show, because I feel like a lot of the younger DJs need to know their culture, bro.
Yeah.
A lot of them just jump into the game 2 years and they right away they're like, but they don't understand what the culture is.
It's because of self that I know the culture.
Yeah, that's
I had an OG teach me, so now it's your job.
It's my job. That's why we're here.
Put on people.
Yeah, I love that, man. I love that, bro. But I'm not going to keep you. I know you're busy. We got to get you back over here too. After everything, are you planning on doing like really taking your production seriously and doing an album or something?
Yeah, absolutely collaborating. I had too many artist relationships that I just need to exploit that.
Yeah, do it,
and that's the next level.
Do it, man. So much more than just DJing. Yeah, as my man Drewski would say.
Yes.
So much more than just DJing.
It's a fact.
Yeah, bro.
Shout out to Drewski.
Man, pleasure to have you.
Thank you, my brother. I
appreciate you. I will give you another pound, but I feel like a handshake is,
It's all good.
Yeah. I'm not much of I am a hugger too, but I'll give you some, pandemic time.
Thank you for having me.
But yeah, Scratch the Show, man. Frank Roth, man. Listen, guys. Subscribe, like, follow, repost, do all the good stuff, man. But again, Scratch. Peace.
Peace.